What up, you Timu's here. Since this month I'm doing my reviews for horror movies because it is across October, here is my review for the 1999 horror classic, The Blair Witch Project. Now, I guess you could say this was pretty much like the film that really brought the found footage genre to like a new scope. This was really, I guess, I think there has been found footage movies beforehand, but this was really the found footage movie that really set the foot for found footage. Of course, since then we had like stuff like let's say Paranormal Activity, etc. So yeah, the original Blair Witch film, which uh, no pun intended, which of course premiered all the way back in 1999. Uh, Pretty much followed like these three film students who've like traveled to this small town to collect documentary footage about the Blair Witch, who's like the legendary local murderer here. And so, like over the course of several days, the students interview townspeople and gather like clues to pretty much support the tales of veracity. But of course, the project takes a this frightening turn when like the student lose their way in the woods and begin like hearing some creepy noises here, and there's creepy stuff that pretty much ends up happening throughout. The film, believe it or not, actually premiered all the way back on at the Sundance Film Festival and became like it was a little bit of a low budget, became a modest hit. It actually did pretty well in the box office. It made about 248.6 million when it got released. Uh, yeah, the whole yeah, I thought the found footage aspect was really cool. Uh, you know, the leads, by the way, are actually named after by the actual actors here, and it's of course led by Heather Donahue, Joshua Leonard, and Micah C. Williams, who I thought all three actors was really cool. This was like their earliest film. I don't think Heather Donahue has really done much since the film got released. I think she's done stuff here and there, but nothing like on the scale of the Blair Witch. Now, it's a shame. Would have been cool to see her became like a legitimate scream queen, like in the vein of let's say Jamie Lee Curtis or Jenna Lee or anything like that. But I still thought she was really solid here. Uh, of course, the scene where the lead where the character is talking to the camera is so like everything about this movie is so creepy. Is like the cinematography in this was really cool. It was, of course, directed by Dan O'Merrick and Eugenio Sanchez, who I thought did a really good job directing this. It does have some really scary shots here. I mean, they obviously they never really had like actual. I mean, obviously back then they didn't really have the best cameras we got nowadays. They mostly use like actual video cameras. I did not take this thing with a phone or anything like that. So yeah, obviously it's gonna be a little different back then. But I mean, this definitely was one of the coolest horror movies of the late 1990s. Really bona fide. I mean, it is definitely one of the creepiest witch movies of all time because it is pretty much a witch film. So yeah, of course, after this, they did do a couple of sequels, which was not so good, including Book of Shadows, which oh god, that's one of the worst horror sequels of all time. Then, of course, they did Blair Witch, which I remember when the 2016 Blair Witch movie got released, which was directed by the guy who just gave, which was of course directed by the guy who just gave us Godzilla vs. Kong, Wingard. I remember when that Blair Witch movie got released, we had no idea what the heck that movie was about because they it was actually filming under a different title, but then they pretty much surprised everyone that this film is a secret Blair Witch film. I was like, wow, that was like one of the most biggest surprise ever. Sadly, the movie was not so good to be honest. Yep, but it was a little better than Book of Shadows, but that's not really saying much. But nothing really beats the original. It is such a creepy one. The found footage aspect is so insane. The lead actors are pretty decent. This is definitely one of the creepiest movies that it's not really like. It's really interesting because it's not the nice really bona fide with the slasher genre because of screaming or, but it was really cool to see like horror films that was actually pretty good that it's not like a slasher base, and they really bona fide this film pretty well. So yeah, I mean if you guys have not really seen the Blair Witch Project by now, Not sure we can find it nowadays. Let me see where you can find it. You can mostly rent it like on Vudu, Prime Video, Fandango. It's not really on any of the major streaming sites. Might be on Shudder, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever watched the Blair Witch Project? If so, what show? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Timmy signing off.